You already have the power to attract the success you seek. Success doesn't begin on the outside. It begins inside, in the mind, in the heart, in the energy you carry with you every day. If you're waiting for your circumstances to change before you start believing in success, you're doing it backwards. The law of attraction is not magic. It's not a wishful fantasy. It's a spiritual law, a mental discipline, and a daily practice. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. So the first step to attracting success is becoming it. Close your eyes for a second and ask yourself, who do I need to become to live the life I dream of? Because until you shift your identity, success will always feel like it's just out of reach. Let me tell you this, you are a magnet. Your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, they're sending out signals every single moment. The energy you send out is exactly the energy you will receive. If you constantly think in terms of limitation, fear, and doubt, the universe will reflect that back to you in the form of closed doors, dead ends, and frustration. But when you start to believe that success is inevitable, when you speak it, when you walk in it, when you wake up every morning with gratitude for what's on the way, everything shifts. The world begins to bend in your favor. You attract success by feeling successful before you see it. That's the law of attraction in motion. It's not about ignoring reality, it's about choosing a higher one. You don't deny where you are, but you refuse to stay there. You start thinking bigger, speaking better, acting bolder. Start by getting crystal clear on what success means to you. Not to the world, not to your friends, to you. Is it freedom, impact, wealth, peace? Define it, visualize it, and speak it into existence. Every single day. Now hear this. Success doesn't come from desperation, it comes from alignment. You can't beg the universe for abundance while harboring a mindset of lack. You can't hope for greatness while settling for mediocrity. Align your thoughts with your vision, align your habits with your goals, align your energy with your future. Gratitude is your secret weapon. Be thankful in advance. Thank God. Thank the universe. Thank yourself for becoming the kind of person who attracts miracles. Gratitude multiplies everything. Start giving thanks before the blessings show up, and watch how fast they find their way to you. But the law of attraction doesn't work without action. Wishful thinking won't move the needle. You've got to show up like the person you want to become. You've got to take steps, even if they're small. The universe responds to movement. When you act with faith, heaven backs you up, and don't forget who you surround yourself with matters. Energy is contagious. Get around people who believe in abundance, who live with purpose, who speak in solutions, not problems. If you want to attract success, be around those who breathe it. Here's the truth. Success is not something you chase. It's something you attract by the person you become. So start becoming, start believing. Start aligning. Your energy is your power. Your mind is your compass. Your words are your seeds. Plant them wisely, water them with intention, and prepare for the harvest, because success isn't coming. It's already on its way. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. We live in a world that tells us to chase success, chase happiness, chase money, chase validation. But what if I told you that everything you're chasing is actually waiting for you to become the version of yourself that attracts it? This is the heart of the law of attraction. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. You see, wanting something isn't enough. Desire alone doesn't create change. The universe doesn't respond to wishes, it responds to alignment. And alignment begins when your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and actions are all speaking the same language as the thing you're trying to manifest. Let me make this clear. Success, love, peace, abundance, they're not external prizes. They're reflections of who you've become on the inside. If you want a different life, you must first become a different person. The problem with just wanting, so many people say, I want to be rich, I want to be successful, I want to be happy. But they say it from a place of lack. Their mindset is still rooted in fear, doubt, and limitation. They speak wealth, but think scarcity. They want success, but act in hesitation. They ask for love, but walk in insecurity. The law of attraction doesn't respond to what's on your vision board, it responds to what's in your heart. What you embody, what you consistently live out. It's not about having, it's about becoming. The mirror principle. Think of your life as a mirror. It reflects back to you who you are on the inside. If you're always attracting chaos, ask yourself, where is the chaos in me? If you constantly feel rejected, ask, where have I rejected myself? When you become peaceful, you start attracting peace. When you radiate confidence, opportunities begin to seek you. When you truly believe you're worthy, the doors that once slammed shut will start to swing wide open. Your external world is simply a projection of your internal state. Identity is the root of manifestation. If you're constantly battling for success but still see yourself as a failure deep down, you're creating inner resistance. The universe will always match your dominant beliefs, not your desperate wishes. So ask yourself, who am I being right now? Do my actions align with my future? Am I speaking from fear or faith? Do I live like the person I say I want to become? Because here's the truth, you don't become successful and then believe in yourself. You believe in yourself, and that belief becomes the seed of your success. Raise your inner standard. Stop waiting for outside permission to elevate. You don't need to have the job, yet walk like you already own the role. You don't need the relationship, yet love yourself like someone who's already deeply loved. You don't need the money, yet carry yourself with the excellence of someone who honors abundance. Success is attracted to discipline. Peace is attracted to order. Love is attracted to wholeness. The world responds to how you see yourself, not how others see you. Shift from wanting to being. Wanting is passive. Being is powerful. Instead of saying, I want to be confident, say, I am confident and I walk like it. Instead of saying, I want success, say, I'm aligned with success and I act accordingly. Instead of begging life to change, become the kind of person life can't help but respond to. That's not arrogance, that's alignment. Attraction is not about forcing, it's about flow. When you become the version of yourself that matches your vision, you don't need to beg, chase, or strive. Opportunities start to gravitate toward you. Ideas begin to flow. People start to see your value not because you convinced them, but because they can feel it in your energy. Remember, everything you desire is already available, but the bridge between wanting and having is becoming. Practical ways to become what you seek. Speak differently. Use language that reflects the version of you who already has what you desire. Words shape reality. Think intentionally. Replace fear-based thoughts with faith-based beliefs. Act in alignment. Let your habits reflect your highest identity, not your past story. Surround yourself with higher energy. Spend time with people who reflect the person you're becoming. Visualize consistently not just what you want, but who you are when you have it. You're not waiting for success. Success is waiting for you to evolve. You're not hoping for change. Change is hoping you show up fully. You don't need more hustle, you need more alignment. So the question is not, what do you want? The question is, who are you becoming? Because at the end of the day, you don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. Now go become it. Align your energy with the future you desire. What if I told you that the future you want is already possible, not someday, not years from now, but right now? And the only thing standing between where you are and where you want to be is alignment. You've heard the phrase, like attracts like. That's the core of the law of attraction, but alignment is how it becomes real. You don't manifest the life you want by hustling harder or wishing louder. You manifest it by matching your energy to the future you desire. That means your thoughts, your feelings, your words, and your actions must line up with the reality you're trying to step into. If they don't match, you create energetic resistance. You block your own blessings. You delay your own destiny. Success isn't something you chase, it's something you attract by becoming the version of you who already has it. And that begins with alignment. Your energy is always broadcasting whether you realize it or not. You're always sending out signals through your mindset, through your emotions, through your habits. The energy you project is the frequency you operate on, and the universe responds accordingly. If you're constantly thinking thoughts of fear, lack, self-doubt, and defeat, that's the energy you're aligning with. That's the version of reality you're tuning into. But if you begin to think in faith, speak with confidence, walk with purpose, you're aligning with a higher frequency. You're tapping into the reality where success lives, where abundance flows, where peace reigns. Energy alignment is not a one-time decision, it's a daily discipline. You can't attract what you're out of tune with. Imagine trying to listen to a radio station, but your dial is off by just a little. You get static, noise, distortion. That's what happens when your energy is out of alignment with your vision. You say you want a peaceful life, but you're constantly in chaos. You say you want success, but you're operating in procrastination and doubt. You say you want love, but you're still holding on to fear and insecurity. The universe can't give you what you're not energetically ready to receive. If you want a better future, you have to become someone who lives in harmony with that future now. Act like it's already yours. One of the fastest ways to align with your desired future is to start living like it's already yours. What would the successful version of you do today? How would the healed version of you speak? How would the wealthy version of you spend time? Don't wait to feel confident, act confidently. Don't wait to be abundant, give generously. Don't wait to be at peace, move from a place of calm and trust. Alignment means embodying the future version of yourself before it shows up in the physical world. That's not pretending. That's prophesying. Let go of energies that pull you back. Alignment doesn't just mean adding new habits. It also means subtracting what no longer serves the future you want. Some things may need to go. People who drain your energy, habits that keep you stuck in survival mode, thoughts that tell you you're not enough, environments that echo your past pain. You can't carry old energy into a new future. When you let go of what's not aligned, you make space for what is. Your future is waiting for you to match its frequency. Here's the truth. The life you want already exists in the spiritual realm. It's real. It's available, but you have to tune into it. Imagine your dream life like a locked door. The key isn't force, the key is frequency. The key is alignment. When you start to think, feel, speak, and act like the person who already has that life, the door swings open. You don't need to beg for miracles, you just need to align with them. How to align your energy daily? Start with intention. Every morning, ask yourself, who do I choose to be today? Practice gratitude. Thank the universe, thank God, thank yourself as if it's already done. Monitor your thoughts. Replace fear with faith, doubt with action, visualize with emotion. Don't just see the future, feel it in your body. Take inspired action, move, start, speak, show up like the future is already here. You are the signal. You don't need to force your future. You just need to become the signal that attracts it. Every thought, every word, every step, it all counts. Stop waiting for signs. You are the sign. Stop asking when. You are the answer to your own prayer. Stop begging for a better life. Become the version of you who already lives it. Because the truth is, your future isn't far away. It's already here, waiting for you to align. Gratitude is the fuel that activates attraction. Gratitude isn't just good manners. It's not just about saying thank you after you receive something. Gratitude is power. Gratitude is energy. Gratitude is a frequency that attracts favor, abundance, and breakthrough. Most people think the law of attraction begins with asking, visualizing, or affirming. But the true spark, the fuel that activates attraction, is gratitude. Why? Because gratitude shifts your mindset from lack to abundance, from waiting to receiving, from hoping to knowing. It says to the universe, I already believe it's done. And belief, real, deep, consistent belief, is what pulls what's unseen into the scene. Gratitude says, I'm ready. When you're grateful for what you have, and even more powerful, grateful for what you don't yet see, you're telling the universe you're ready to receive. Gratitude aligns your energy with faith. It aligns your spirit with abundance. You're no longer chasing a future from a place of desperation. You're attracting it from a place of preparation. You're not saying, I need this. You're saying, I'm thankful it's already on its way. Gratitude is the evidence of belief. Gratitude is the posture of receivership. If you want to attract more into your life, start giving thanks like it's already here. You can't complain and attract at the same time, let's be honest. You can't hold a grateful heart and a bitter attitude at the same time. You can't be full of thankfulness and full of fear in the same breath. You can't keep complaining about what's missing and expect abundance to pour in. Why? Because your words and your energy are creating a signal, and that signal is either saying, I am ready, or I am resisting. A complaining spirit blocks blessings, but a grateful spirit opens doors you never even knocked on. If you want to shift your life, shift your focus, trade your complaints for thanksgiving, speak what's going right. Celebrate what you have. That's how you position yourself for more. Gratitude magnifies the good. Whatever you focus on expands. When you fixate on what's missing, you magnify lack. But when you fix your focus on what's present, even the small, quiet blessings, you magnify abundance. Gratitude turns ordinary moments into miracles. It turns a little into more than enough. When you wake up and say, thank you, before you see the outcome, you're setting your frequency to receive. You're saying, I trust the process, I trust the timing, I trust the provider. And the universe listens, heaven responds, doors begin to move, because gratitude isn't passive, it's magnetic. Gratitude in advance is a declaration of faith. Anyone can be thankful after the miracle. But the people who walk in power, they give thanks before the breakthrough. Before the money hits the account, they say, thank you. Before the healing shows up, they whisper, I'm grateful. Before the dream becomes visible, they say, it's already done. This is the language of faith. This is the posture of someone who attracts success, joy, peace, and provision because they are not waiting to see it before they believe it. They believe it, so they will surely see it. Gratitude in advance is a powerful spiritual weapon. Gratitude rewires your mind and energy. There's science behind this, too. Gratitude literally rewires your brain. It helps shift your focus from fear to hope, from anxiety to peace, from stress to strength. It also changes your body's energy. When you live in a state of gratitude, you feel lighter, more open, more confident, and guess what? That version of you attracts more opportunities. People want to be around grateful energy. Doors open for grateful energy. You're not forcing anything, you're flowing in alignment. Every season has a reason to be grateful, even in pain. There is something to thank God for. Even in delay, there is a purpose being fulfilled. Even in silence, there is a lesson being written. Gratitude doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect. It means recognizing that even in the imperfection, there is progress. Gratitude turns waiting into trusting. It turns confusion into clarity. It turns burdens into breakthroughs. And when you live like this, you don't just attract things, you attract transformation. How to activate gratitude daily? If you want to live in alignment and attraction, start making gratitude a habit. Morning thanks. Before you reach for your phone, say 3 things you're thankful for, no matter how small. Speak it out loud. Let your gratitude be heard. Speak it, declare it, feel it, write it down. A gratitude journal is a powerful tool to shift focus and build positive momentum. Thank in advance. Practice the habit of thanking God, the universe, or your higher self for things that haven't happened yet, as if they already have. End your day in praise. Don't go to sleep worrying. End your day with gratitude and let peace be your pillow. Gratitude unlocks the flow. You don't need to beg for blessings. You need to become a magnet for them. And gratitude is how you do that. It raises your vibration. It opens your heart. It aligns your energy. And it pulls the best things in life toward you, not because you forced it, but because you flowed with it. So stop waiting for life to be perfect before you give thanks. Start thanking your way into alignment. Start praising your way into peace. Start living like the future you want is already yours, because the truth is, gratitude is the fuel that activates attraction. Action turns vibration into manifestation. The law of attraction teaches us that our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs shape our reality. That our energy, our vibration attracts experiences, people, and outcomes. But here's the part many people miss. Your energy alone is not enough. Vibration gets you started. Belief sets the direction. But action is what brings it to life. You can't just think your way to a better future. You have to move toward it, because action is the bridge between the invisible and the visible. It's the key that turns vibration into manifestation. Faith without movement is frustration. You can have the most positive mindset. You can meditate every morning, visualize every detail, write your affirmations on your wall, but if you never take a step, you'll stay stuck in the same place. The universe responds to energy in motion. Dreams without action are just fantasy, but when you align your vibration and move in faith, momentum begins, doors open, opportunities arise, favor finds you. Why? Because action is proof that you believe what you say. It's the loudest form of faith. Vibration sets the frequency, action sends the signal. Think of vibration like tuning into a radio station. You have to be on the right frequency to hear the music you want. That's your mindset, your emotions, your belief system, but turning on the radio isn't enough. You have to sing along, dance to the rhythm, live in the flow. That's where action comes in. It's the part of you that says, I'm not just waiting anymore, I'm walking this out. The universe meets you at your level of movement. You say you're ready for abundance, then act like someone who values money. You say you want love, then show up as someone who's emotionally available. You say you want to be successful, then wake up early, stay consistent, and pursue growth relentlessly. You must become a living example of what you claim to attract. Your first step is a signal to the universe. Let me tell you this. It's not about taking perfect steps. It's about taking faithful ones. That email you send, that phone call you make, that idea you finally launch, those aren't small things. They're messages to the universe that you're serious. Action says, I'm available, I'm aligned, I'm ready. And that's when the universe responds. That's when what you've been attracting in the spiritual begins to take form in the physical. You don't have to have it all figured out, but you do have to start moving. Stop waiting, start walking. Too many people are sitting in waiting rooms, hoping God, fate, or the universe will drop success in their lap. But the truth is you're not waiting on the miracle is waiting on you. You've been praying for open doors, but have you knocked? You've been visualizing abundance, but are you managing what you already have? You've been hoping for change, but are you willing to change your habits, your circle, your mindset? Success is not a lottery ticket, it's a lifestyle, and every action you take in faith builds it piece by piece. Momentum attracts more. There's a reason why things start to move fast once you take the first step. Because action generates momentum, and momentum attracts more of what you're aligned with. Start writing and ideas will flow. Start building and resources will appear. Start speaking and your voice will reach the right ears. You don't need everything right now, just enough to begin. Every small, aligned action is a spiritual deposit, and trust me, your account will multiply in time. Manifestation isn't magic, it's movement. The word manifestation often gets misunderstood. People think it's just about thinking hard enough or saying the right words. But real manifestation happens when your thoughts, your energy, and your actions are speaking the same language. That's when the shift happens. That's when the invisible becomes visible. So don't just dream, don't just journal, take that step. Send that message, start that business, break that habit, speak that truth. Let your actions reflect the vibration you've been cultivating. Let faith lead your feet. It's scary to move when you can't see the full path. But that's where real power begins. Faith isn't waiting until the light turns green. Faith is walking, even when the road is foggy. And every time you act in faith, you plant a seed in the ground. It may not sprout overnight, but it's growing. Your action sets divine timing in motion, so trust it. Walk like it's already yours. Move like the outcome is guaranteed. Because in a way, it is when you match your vibration with action, manifestation becomes inevitable. Be the answer you've been waiting for. Here's the truth. Your vibration is the signal. Your faith is the fuel. But your action is the switch. Don't wait for perfect. Move in power. Don't wait for a sign, be the sign. Don't wait for success. Act like it's already yours. Because when you move with bold, aligned action, you don't just hope for manifestation. You become the manifestation. Surround yourself with aligned energy and expect the best. They say you become like the 5 people you spend the most time with. but it's deeper than that. You don't just adopt people's habits, you absorb their energy. Their mindset, their vibration, their outlook on life, it all gets into your spirit. That's why if you're serious about growth, about success, about healing, about manifesting the life you know you're meant for, you must be intentional about your environment. You must surround yourself with aligned energy, and you must expect the best. Your circle is your mirror. Look at the people around you. Look at who you talk to daily, who you share your dreams with, who you allow to speak into your life. Are they aligned with the future you're building, or do they constantly remind you of your past? Because your environment is either reinforcing your elevation or your limitation. When you're around people who operate in fear, doubt, gossip, excuses, or small thinking, it's only a matter of time before that energy pulls you down. But when you place yourself in the company of visionaries, encouragers, builders, doers, their energy lifts you, stretches you, and reminds you of your calling. Energy is contagious. Protect yours. Energy doesn't lie. You can feel it when you walk into a room. You can sense it in a conversation. Some people leave you drained, others leave you inspired. Your spirit knows, and you have to listen. Stop trying to stay connected to people whose energy no longer matches your evolution. Stop shrinking yourself to stay accepted by those who never expected you to grow in the first place. Protect your peace, guard your growth, defend your destiny. You're not being disloyal, you're being aligned. Aligned energy feeds your future. When you surround yourself with people who are aligned with your purpose, everything changes. Aligned energy doesn't just support you, it activates you. These are the people who speak life when you're doubting yourself. Remind you of who you are when you forget. Stretch your vision when you get too comfortable. Believe with you and for you when things get tough. Being around aligned energy sharpens your spirit. It elevates your vibration. It keeps you connected to the version of you that's becoming, not just the version that's been. Don't just choose people, choose atmospheres. It's not just about people. It's about the energy of the places you go, the music you play, the content you consume, the habits you maintain. If you're constantly feeding your mind with negativity, distractions, fear-based media, or toxic conversations, don't be surprised if your spirit starts to feel heavy and your goals start to feel out of reach. But when you fill your space with wisdom, faith, truth, and creativity, you create an atmosphere where miracles feel normal and momentum becomes natural. Create a space where your spirit feels safe, your dreams feel supported, and your future feels possible. Expect the best. That's what you'll attract once your energy is aligned and your environment supports your purpose. You must do one more thing. Expect the best, not in arrogance, but in faith. So many people sabotage their own success with low expectations. They hope for progress but prepare for disappointment. They speak life, but deep down they expect delay, betrayal, or failure. Listen to me, you attract what you expect. If you expect doors to open, they will. If you expect favor to find you, it will. If you expect divine connections, they will appear. Your expectation sets the tone for your experience. So wake up each day saying, something good is going to happen today. Believe that the right people are being sent into your life. Trust that opportunities are making their way to you. Expect peace, expect progress, expect power. Raise your standard, elevate your surroundings. Stop entertaining people who drain you. Stop showing up in places that dishonor you. Stop engaging in conversations that lower your vibration. You're evolving now, and your surroundings must evolve with you. You need people and places that feed your faith, challenge your excuses, celebrate your wins, support your healing, reflect your vision, because when your circle is aligned and your environment is healthy, you move differently. You think bigger, you grow faster, you live fuller. You're worth an aligned life. Your energy is sacred. Your dream is real. And your time is too valuable to waste it on anything or anyone that doesn't align with where you're headed. So take inventory today. Who's in your circle? What are you allowing into your space? Are your surroundings shaping the future you want? If not, shift. Clean house, realign. Because your life is too important to be built on chaotic foundations. Surround yourself with aligned energy. Expect the best and watch the universe respond in kind. Because once your environment matches your intention, manifestation becomes the only outcome.